When I watched SMB Legendary Warriors, I thought its story was hit and miss with its flat tone, with the action being decent and the close-ups helped make it look distinguishable. But what struck me the most was... how the hell am I gonna title this series? It wasn't even 2 full episodes and it weirded me out because it won the poll over other series that had way more runtime. But the poll must be respected. And when it was time to make the roast, it was a complete disaster. I struggled to find things to say about most scenes, and in the ones that I didn't spend too much time because I knew that I would just be repeating myself. This was the first time that I thought my worst format was incompatible with our series. Cue to my Phantom Mushroom video. By the time I was done with episode 3, I was dreading. I was just not feeling it. The slow pace, the mindless scenes, the mischaracterizations. My mind kept tabbing out only to be put back in because, hey, whoever roasted Michael, bro. And so I did. And you know what happened? I rushed it. I stopped making jokes and I just blitzed through the entire series. It was not fun. This already happened with Worlds in Danger and I hated that. By this point I realized that this incompatibility wasn't just a rare instance. Instead it was the nothing burger nature of the series that made them hard to roast. That meant Worlds in Danger, Legendary Warriors, Phantom Mushroom, and yes, Chaos Emerald DX. So, instead of having to go through all that again and releasing a half-baked video, for once, I'm doing something a little different. A non-roast, because I refuse to roast it. By the way, roasts are those videos where I just put text in memes and rip off cinema scenes. These ones. To start, what is Chaos Emerald DX Director's Cut even about? The premise feels like a SME's what if scenario where no one of Sonic's friends died, with the trade-off being that Mecha Sonic managed to transform with the 7 Chaos Emeralds. With the entire episode being this epic battle to save the world. What happens is your typical DBZ stakes. Sonic gets knocked out. Killed. Shadow gets knocked out. Man, I love gore. Sonic's friends then scream his name and then he turns hyper without the emeralds because yes, and defeats Mecha Sonic. The end. Oh wait, there's more episodes. Episode 2 is 3 years later after this not really massive event. I'm sorry, Mobius? Sonic is now distant to his friends, basically be a lone wolf, but when they try to make him a party, his loner persona suddenly vanishes. Okay. Eggman then attacks a random city and Shadow goes to fight him off alone. Knuckles' ancestors appear out of nowhere to bring him to their tribe leader. You all heard that right, the Echidna clan from centuries ago are seemingly able to time travel. There's also fucking Shadame in this. Francie, why is this a favorite series, bro? He said, I believe some of the ideas here were pretty well implemented, like Sonic and Shadow switching their roles, and it was refreshing to see Sonic saving Shadow for once in the Sprite series. Okay, I guess it's the little things. Episode 3 is mostly Shadow fighting up some Gizoids while the party is like, should we go help him? Nah. Great episode. And then episode 4 is just a massive exposition dump given to us by Knuckles and Pachacamac that I just don't care enough to talk about. But to sum it up, it's essentially Sonic FLEETWAY from the ARCHIE comics. This story really failed to make me feel invested. And that's it. Now I'll explain why it doesn't fit the roast format. It's pretty obvious that the fight scenes are the series' strongest aspect, and I'm gonna have to clarify this right here and now. I don't tackle fight sequences. You can either give a vague overview or dissect each moment shot by shot. There's no middle ground here. It's especially harder when you only have text in your disposal. Like, this is why I haven't and won't tackle Battle of Sprites despite its massive popularity. And even then, what this series has in its story is pretty bare bones for me to even criticize it and make memes of. We are suddenly thrown into this final battle type scenario while knowing nothing about any of the characters and knowing nothing about what led to this particular situation. It's funny, it starts off bombastic with its guns blazing, and yet it's still a weak introduction due to its lack of context. It doesn't really get better from here. Sonic's characterization gets a new turn, but it immediately backtracks in it itself. Episode 1 feels like it's pretty isolated within the rest, 3 feels like it's a fiddle episode at best, and 4... I'm FLEETWAY. If the story began in episode 2, we actually made the series way more interesting. This constant mention of what happened 3 years ago would make the audience curious to what happened. But alas, we get a flashback to a plot that never truly begins. If you enjoyed this series, that's fine. I didn't hate it. Not as much as SMDX. Oh god damn it. It just doesn't fit the roast format. And so I was forced to make this whatever video. I don't know. I don't even know what this video is for. Like, why did I make this? Francis is a fan of this series. It's his favorite for some reason. Space P is also a fan. But I can't roast the battles! Am I lazy for not doing a proper video? Yes. Did I save myself from having to worry about the quality of said video? Also yes. All I know is I can finally move on to stuff I actually have interest in. Despite all this, I am really sorry if this video wasn't what you guys expected. And with that, I'll see y'all next time.